Alan Wasalan. You're with the Nasty Pastor, and I'm back with another chapter reading from The Fall of America. So far, for those of you that are of Islam, for those of you that have taken the Muslim culture into their presence, into their heart, into their soul, into their walk in life, how has my presentation been? Do you feel I've given the culture some justice? Do you feel I've given the culture a bad way to look? You know, if I'm viewing and I answer that, I think I've done good. I think I've touched some real bases. I've pointed out some real messages that the minister Elijah Muhammad has given to the community of Islam. You feel what I'm saying? So I say this to you, I hope you have chosen to get closer to the Elijah Minister Muhammad's speakings, teachings. I hope you have gotten closer to knowing thyself. I hope you have gotten closer to understanding the culture of Islam, the walk of being a Muslim. You feel what I'm saying? I really do hope you have. I know some Muslims that are good examples. I know some Muslims that are bad examples. So you choose where you want to lay at, where you want to lie at, where you want to stand at within your culture. You feel what I'm saying? Just because I'm not a Muslim, just because I haven't taken my shahada, does not mean that I don't see the good, see the righteous in the culture. Malcolm X is one of my faves. You got what I'm saying? My faves. You feel me? Favorites. You feel me? You understand me? So I say to you this, you know what I mean? Keep doing what you're doing. Keep working your good deeds. Keep trying to reach your babies. You know what I mean? We should never give up, but I know there are times that we have to give them arm length. I know there are times that we have to be silent and just observe. So look, you're with the Nasty Pastor, and as I said, I'm back with another chapter reading. And before we get into chapter 8, which the title is The National Election, please, if you're on my YouTube channel at The Nasty Pastor, subscribe. Please, go on and subscribe and turn your notifications on. If you're on my Facebook page, The Nasty Pastor, The Fall of America, The Nasty Pastor, The Fall of America, you know what I mean? Like, follow, definitely comment, definitely put your notifications on and eat this food I'm giving you. You feel what I'm saying? It's food for your soul. It's nourishment for your mind. You feel what I'm saying? You get it? Your mind and your soul, nourishment for your mind and food for your soul. Come on. Let's go and get into chapter 8, which is called The National Election. The black man of America has been privileged by the slave master's children for the last century to vote for whites for the offices to judge and rule. This freedom to vote has made the black man in America feel very dignified and proud of himself. He goes to the polls very happy to vote for a white ruler. Today he is gradually changing to a desire to vote for his own kind for such offices of authority. We must remember that our vote is strong and powerful. Only when and where the white man can use it to get into office over his white opponent. After the election and the victory, there are very few favors that come from his office to the black voters who helped and aided him in getting in the office. Why? Let me pause right there. Let me say something to you viewing. You got what I'm saying? Let me really say this to you, It shouldn't have never been a privilege to vote. We should have always been, we should have already been given the right to vote, men and women of the black community. You feel what I'm saying? But there was a there was a time, there was a rule in time where that we was felt as being ignorant. You know, other cultures saw us as ignorant. You got what I'm saying? And when you think about the word nigger, you feel what I'm saying? How many centuries it has carried on in the black community, whether you use it as, yo, you're my brother, you're my friend, you my this, you my that. When you go look up the definition, you're ignorant. You understand me? You're ignorant. So for us to accept the word, you feel what I'm saying? Makes us ignorant. You know, the word Negro is a dignified word of respect. You feel what I'm saying? Respect. So respect yourself, and you should not want to call another black man nigger. And you should not want another black man to call you nigger. Because it goes back to when things happen to you within your community, and you, let me rephrase this. When things negative happen to you within your community and you go into another community, can you really recognize racism? When that negativity happens to you in another community, can you really recognize racism? Can you really recognize disrespect? You get me? Now don't say, okay, it's okay for the black culture to do me this way, but when I go into the white culture, I can't accept it. You feel what I'm saying? You shouldn't accept it, period. Because as you see, and you don't have to be my age. I'm 54. You don't have to be my age to recognize that the black culture has been belittling each other since the beginning of time. You feel what I'm saying? The beginning of time. And I say this to you, you know, what the minister just said is right. Sometimes we vote for these presidents to get in office, these mayors, these governors, these senators to get in office, and there's nothing that they're giving to the black community. There's nothing that they're really, how to put it this way, really giving that will uplift the black community, if that's the right word to say. Like, you know, what they're giving, there's no success rate in it. There's red tape in it. There are stipulations in it. And most of us in the black community are what? Felonies. So that knocks a lot out. You feel what I'm saying? Most of us are incarcerated, so we can't vote. You feel what I'm saying? Most of us has gotten to the point that there's a stigma around election where that we feel our votes don't matter. Our votes really don't count. And to be honest with you, you got what I'm saying, to be very, very, very honest with you, things have changed within voting. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I get the electoral college. We may not play a big part in that, but I believe that we play a big part in who's going to sit in that Oval Office, who's going to sit in City Hall and be the mayor, who's going to be the senator to ask Congress or show Congress that there is an issue right here in my state that I need resolved. Do you see all these letters? Do you see all these petitions? Do you see all of this anger that's fueling? But look, let's get back into this reading. Hold on, I got it. There we go. Why? Because he does not owe the black voter anything as long as he has to feed, clothes, and the feed, clothes, and the black vote could be cast or not cast. The white citizens in the government are going to win and continue to rule anyway. There is much talk of this man and that man, who shall the vote of the people put in the White House for the next 4 years? How much good have the two parties, Republican and Democrat, done for us for the last century in the way of freedom, justice, and equality? Regardless of what party wins, the die is always set against us, the black people in America. Injustice, crooked politics, and the breeding of corruption under crooked politics have been practiced ever since Adam to the present day rulers. Adam was the first crook. There has not been justice for the black man in this race of people, and this is why the race suffers from the effect of chaos today. There are black politicians who would like to use their black people for selfish greed and will throw them behind any crook with money. Black politicians of this type have sold their black brothers to suffering and shame for self-evaluation with the crook. Now that takes us back to slavery, right? You know, some came in the jungle and made sure that the other tribes enslaved the tribes of Africa, some of the tribes of Africa, you know what I mean? So when I say that, you know, the black community has really destroyed their selves day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, and it made it so where that outsiders has no respect for us. Outsiders feel that they can come talk to a black man, bamboozle them to come into the black community and kill off the black community. So please use your mind, wake up, and not let the pain in you fuel your vindictive ways into the black community. Go talk to your brother. Go talk to your sister. Go forgive your brother. Go forgive your sister. Because see, vengeance is not yours. It's not. It's just not. This election is one of the most serious in the history of American government, because their party that seeks the office of presidency is faced with the problem of saving the lives of the people of America. If the present day Democratic remains in office, you know the answer. If the Republican Party takes over, you should know the answer. There will be a lull before the storm. The storm can be delayed, and every hour and day that it can be delayed is to your benefit. The black man should be very serious and careful about his voting, because 90% of the black votes are cast by ones who do not have the knowledge of what they are casting their vote for. You get that? Does not have the knowledge. So why do you think I've asked y'all years back, maybe 3 years back, to start researching these presidents you like? Start researching these politicians. You get what I'm saying? And see if their agenda for the time they're going to be in office fit what you want, you know, what you want to uplift your life, to uplift your kids' life, your parents' life. You feel what I'm saying? I still say, as I have said for many years, vote for Allah to be your ruler and come follow me. That's the end of chapter 8. That is the end of chapter 8. And I just say this, you know, voting is important. I'm never going to tell you that it's not, because it is. You know, but the thing about voting, the big thing about voting is that if you don't research the candidate, the opponent, you late. Yeah, you late. You feel me? You're very late. And you should want to research whom you're praying to, so that you know exactly who you're praying to. Have an understanding of who you're praying to and what you are to do while your stay on earth is alive, willing, able, and walking. It's been another reading from Out the Fall of America. We just wrapped up chapter 8. Next time I do another viewing, we will be on chapter 9, which is called The Dead Are Rising. They seek their own. You feel me? So stay tuned and don't just wait on a viewing, even if it's not my viewing. Just don't wait on my viewing to do some research. Go research it all. You feel what I'm saying? Go get the knowledge that you're trying to gain to uplift yourself and uplift your babies. I'm out, and I love you.